how did the idea of Slice by Saddleback start?
Well, I think I'm more on the business side, I'd say, but back to the business case, right? We've made commitments to our employees that we want to give them opportunities to grow with us in the food service business. In order for us to do that, we need to increase revenue so that we can increase earnings so that we can pay people a higher wage. I mean, I wish there was a simpler way. I wish we could just say all food service businesses pay $80,000, a year. Sadly, that's just not economic reality right now. In order for us to do that, in order for us to fulfill our promises to our employees, to our families, for us to grow the way that we want to, we need to keep growing and we need to keep reinventing ourselves so that we can give those employees more opportunities.
So the Frankies thing kind of came about. We had endless conversations about products that we could offer, opening up kind of the floodgates to things that might be a little bit easier than barbecue, more accessible, and things that might be consumed more often than maybe a rack of ribs is. So we kind of had it down to deli-style food or pizza. Those two buckets were kind of our focus. We weren't necessarily searching it out necessarily. Trav made a post about looking at the west side for a west side of Lansing Saddleback location, and sure enough, we were reached out to about an opportunity for Detroit Frankies.
Now, did you know Frankie before all this started?
It's kind of funny. Matt and I had actually done a video where Matt wanted to go out and we wanted to feature, they had just opened this Pennsylvania location.
Right.
And Matt wanted to go out and learn how to make a pizza and hopefully give Frankie's a little bit of a support there and get some of our
PR. Yeah.
Some of our fans to go in there to their new place. So we did this whole video and we got to meet Frankie and it was great. And actually, Matt met Frankie before he was even starting Saddleback.
Yeah, pre-Saddleback, one of my big things that I wanted to do was, this was kind of around the food truck craze, was see how some of these smaller operators ran their businesses, see if they're profitable. And Frankie was one of those guys that was kind of just doing his thing on the corner. I wanted to really learn from him and see, hey, what does it take to start something like this? Is this worthwhile or is this just a hobby? So I kind of trolled him for a little bit. I went out there, watched him do his thing, and then finally, I got up the courage to go talk to him. And he was like, he knew instantly what I was going to ask. He's like, I've been watching you staring at me over there. I knew he had something to ask me. So he was kind enough to give me his 2 cents. But man, this was probably a year and a half, 2 years before Saddleback even, was on the radar.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
it was always in a work in progress. So this is kind of full circle now that we're in the position that we are.